So it's a real honor to have you here, sir.
It's really a great honor for me to be here and to be a part of this inspirational journey of Ganga. And I've been truly amazed by the kind of work which has been done. So thank you very much for inviting me from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So for the conversation, let me be the first one to begin it, sir. So you have created a legacy, and you have been a great inspiration to a generation of lawyers and judges. So yesterday when we were waiting in the airport, we also had the Chief Judicial Magistrate, our district magistrate, to receive him. And she was telling that when she was a student and as she was rising up in the ranks of the judiciary, her one single inspiration, she said, real hero for me was sir. And she said, thank you. She was thanking SRS and me for bringing him here so that she can actually see him. And she was so excited with me. When we told many people that you are coming, sir, first thing they asked is, how did you manage it? And second thing is, they were really happy that you are coming. And sir's grandfather is a lawyer. Father was the Chief Justice, and he is a Chief Justice, and his son is a brilliant lawyer. So for all this legacy and inspiration and inspirational work, what would you term it, sir? Is it judicial gene inside the family, or is it an inspiration, or did you have a mentorship from somebody? And how was your journey into this, I should say, a very successful and inspirational journey?
Well, I don't think, the genes count as much in terms of the social work which you do. The genes affect, a lot of your biology, I think. But on the social platform, it's the work which you do. And I think the real tribute I must pay is to our great-great-grandmother. We were predominantly an agricultural community about 2 hours from Pune in a small village, which I still go to very often. She left the village because she felt that, she had 6 children. She had 3 daughters, 3 sons. And she left the village, mortgaged all her jewelry, and came to Pune in the early years of the 20th century. And she took a room on rent. She used the money which she had generated by mortgaging her jewelry to send eventually one of the sons to the UK, and he became the first FRCS in our family in the early years of the 20th century. Another son did his MRCP. One son became a lawyer. The daughters were all educated in English. And she really laid down the groundwork for, the growth of a family from purely an agricultural family and into a professional family. In the land reform of the 1940s, we lost all our land in the agricultural community. So perforce the family had to depend on their own means of earning their living. And that's how my father moved from Pune to Mumbai, studied there, became a lawyer, became a judge. I've been deeply inspired, of course, by everyone in the family, my parents, my mother, who led a very selfless life, and she was a fiercely independent woman, and she gave me my strong traditions of equality. My mother always told me if I asked for too many things on the dining table, or if I had made too many demands on her time, she would tell me in Marathi, you know what happens when I retire hote? There was a play in Marathi called I retire hote, the mother retires. So she always warned me that, you can imagine what will happen to you if your mother retires from the household. A lot of learning from peers, from mentors, from teachers. A lot of learning from friends, people you came into contact with, and then later on in life from senior judges, from people I've worked with both domestically and overseas. I went to the US for my education because my father didn't want me to join any court of law until he was a judge, because he was the Chief Justice of India, and he says there's no court which is above me, and people will feel that you are benefiting by my name and misusing my name. So between 82 when I passed my law and 85 when he retired, 1985 he retired, I had to do something, so I applied to foreign universities. I got a scholarship to Harvard Law School. He said that he had 5 lakhs of rupees in his provident fund at the end of 25 years on the bench, 23 years on the bench. And he said, you take all that money because this will be money which will be well spent on education. I got a scholarship to go, but the real reason I went was because I had 3 years when he had told me not to enter any court at all. So we grew up in that sort of very strict tradition at home. And the kind of people who I came into contact with in the United States, people always ask me, what's so special about going to the US to study? Unlike medicine, where you apply the same principles which you say you or your brother learned in the US or UK. It's very different in law because our social systems are different, our legal systems are different. And I always told them that at Harvard, they didn't teach us what the law is, but they taught us to think about the law. So, it's not that you just learn medicine, but you learn to think about medicine. That's the critical part which I learned. So coming back, I came back, started at the bottom of the ladder, and then benefited greatly by so many different people who I came into contact with. Maintained very close relations with my teachers from Harvard, my teachers in India. The royalty from my first book is in fact being donated entirely to the memory of my 3 teachers at the Campus Law Center in Delhi, in the Delhi University, Professor Mulchand Sharma, Dr. Lotika Sarkar, and Dr. B. Shivramaya, who taught us law of contracts, criminology, and law and poverty.